you all had a great weekend. Mine's wasn't too bad. Actually, did quite a bit of game dev during the weekend because I was just inspired. Not really on Tactical Lizard, but I've been thinking about how to fix up this components because there's several things I don't like about it, but it's not quite done yet. So, fortunately, we'll have to deal with this old system for now, which I guess is fine. But so I'm gonna go back to working on the camera input. So we wanted to do the scroll wheel and move the edge of the screen and rotate. Oh, with the mouse. I was like, how am I supposed to rotate the mouse? But anyway. Okay, so I guess we'll do camera dragging first, since we started on that. So basically what you do is you need to have, while in drag mode, you just know the difference between the mouse position for each frame, and then you translate the camera in the opposite direction. So let's see what we need. Private vector 2. No, I just want a normal vector 2. Let's see. So this will be last mouse position. Okay, so basically if now pressed last, we'll get the position right now, so mouse dot position. And then we need to enable dragging. Okay, so is dragging equals true. And we'll probably need to, because obviously we don't want to drag if we clicked on something else. That's actually a good point, because, well, no, I guess we would drag as long as you, okay, well right now we'll just do it this simple way, but probably you would want to not drag if, unless the mouse is held down for a certain amount of time, because otherwise we would treat it as a click instead of a hold. Okay, and then we turn is dragging off if the mouse is released. Okay, so if is dragging. So we want the vector 2 difference equals the current position. Oh no, it's the final position, which is current position minus the last mouse position is a difference. And then camera position, anchor position, we add the opposite. So what, oh yeah, because this is a vector 3. That's a good point. I wonder, okay, let's just do it this simple way first of all. So new vector 2. This I don't think will work well because we don't take into account the camera's rotation. but I guess let's just try it and see how it looks. And then we set last mouse position equals the current position. Okay, so now does anything update this, I wonder? No, not yet. So we just want something global for, I don't know, mouse input. Alright, so public. Let's see, so we want to get this left click and the mouse position, of course. So public mouse input updater, and I guess we can just make this a normal component. Okay, so I guess I'll copy the code here as well so I don't have to type it all out again. Right. Okay, and then we need to register to be updated every frame. And I think I already have an input priority here, don't I? Yes, that'll be fine. And then basically every update we'll just check the mouse. So mouse position. Okay, so one thing I just realized actually is in order to get the mouse position in the world we need to use this main camera screen point to array. Okay, so we actually just get that this way. I guess that's an easy way to do it. Let's see, main camera. And then I can copy this. Okay, I don't actually want to get array. What I really want is just the mouse position, so let's see, I think it's screen point to world point. And then it's mouse dot position. Oh wait, it's not that, it's Unity engine input dot mouse position. Because we need to get this from Unity. Alright, and then left click. It's just Unity engine input get mouse button. And button 0 I think is left click if I remember correctly. Actually, now I think about it, an easier way is just to type get key, and then here you can just say key code. Oh, well, it's still just mouse and button numbers, but yeah, the primary mouse button. I think that's left click, so. Alright, so now let's create this real quick. Okay. And are we ready? Does anything actually create this class? No, not yet. So we want to create a new camera manager. Alright, so let's see. I know this won't be perfect, but we can kind of get an idea of what I want it to do. Okay. No actual errors. Okay, so it's not working. Let's see. Let's go ahead and log here whenever left click changes. That's not how you spell it. Okay, so it doesn't seem to be registering because I'm clicking all over the screen and it's not doing anything. Right, so what could be the problem here? Oh, okay, I just realized, of course, I forgot to add this to the update list. We don't need to have a reference to it, actually. This is actually one of the things I want to change when I redo this game infrastructure, but that will have to wait. And I need to do the same thing in the mouse input updater, except it will always be active, so I can just add it to the list directly. So I think that was the problem. It wasn't updating. Okay, so now we got left click true and false, but the camera's not dragging. It could be because the position or the change is too small to notice. Because I think I have the camera positioner right here, and it was working before. Okay, so maybe we can do something like this. I'll just debug this or log it every frame and see how the value changes. Okay, so it says 0 all the time. Okay, well, let's see, does this change? Okay, no, so that's the problem. Because I'm moving the mouse around, but the mouse position stays at 0, 0. Okay, so... I add it to the updating, so this does run, but... I guess we can just make sure this changes, although it always has before. Yeah, see. Oh, but now that I think about it, this is a vector 2. This is giving me the world point. Okay, so yeah, I need to change this. This should be screen point. And then we'll go ahead and provide the world point, because I think that might actually make our scrolling perfect. Now that I think about it. Let's see. Okay, so this is world point. But then we will need the screen point. The engine in order to, like, cause I think another way you'll be able to move the camera is if moving it to the edge of the screen, and so we'll need or moving the mouse to the edge of the screen, so we'll need the screen point for that. Alright, so let's see. I can get rid of this debug now. Okay, yeah, now it moves quite a bit. Okay. Alright, so now that it's a vector 3, we actually need to change a little bit the way this works. I think now we don't need to, like, offset the z coordinate, we can just say negative difference. And that will automatically take into account, let's see, like the rotation of the camera. I think. We'll have to see. Yeah, it's still way too sensitive. Or yeah, sensitive is the right word. But we can see the camera stays on the same plane, which is nice, even though it's... Actually, it's not rotated right now, is it? Okay, so how would I mean, I don't need to multiply by delta time here because we're just taking the change. I thought that it would actually be a lot smoother here, because I thought that I was thinking that if you click right here and then drag, the camera would basically move so that this position always stays under the mouse. Okay, I think the reason that doesn't work is because I actually need to, like, raycast inside and then see where it collides, and then yeah, if I want to keep this position under the mouse at all times, I need to know the distance from the camera. Okay, so it's not really much difficult, or not really very difficult. Just have a hard time talking tonight. So what is this? We can get rid of it. Oh, but also, yeah, I just messed this up. This should be the world point. Okay, so let's try it now. Oh no, that doesn't work at all, does it? Okay, bizarre. Also, I'm going to turn off the timeouts because the game keeps on like going through turns, so it makes it hard to watch the debug log. So let's see. Okay, so timer manager. Let's just make it super long. Okay, yeah, that's too big, actually. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, this is like really oscillating back and forth. And I think the reason that is because when I move the camera, that also moves the world point. So yeah, kind of the... Yeah, so I'm thinking about this a little bit the wrong way, aren't I? I wasn't prepared to do math tonight. We can figure this out though. Let's see. Okay. So the problem is, when I drag to move the camera, it also moves the mouse's world point, so that kind of does like an additive effect, which I think is why the camera is like oscillating back and forth. If you watch these values, you can see it go back and forth from 700 to 0. So obviously I can't use this world point. So maybe I do just go back to using the screen point, and then if I want to keep one specific part underneath the mouse, I'd have to do some math for that, probably. I wonder, I guess I would ray cast to find the distance, probably. Which is fine, it's not like raycasting is very difficult. And so then we'd raycast to find the collision point, which would give us a distance from the camera, and then that would give us a scaling factor. Okay, so yeah, let's not do the world. Yeah, this world point not going to be helpful. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't know exactly what this corresponds to. Like, what's the depth from the camera? So, but we will need the ray, so let's do that. So, ray from main camera. Okay, and then this code can probably use the same thing. Okay, it actually goes before input. Why is that? I think it should actually go afterwards. because it would need the updated ray, and then it would cast against the world, sorry. So I'm trying to look right now and see why I did it before input. I don't really see anything that would matter though. And nothing in input needs this information. Okay, actually I do know why. Because input updates buttons. And I wanted this information to be up to date before the button events are all called. So what? Probably. Okay, so like, let's see. What is the event or the script? So turn options. I want the option chooser. Where is that? Option chooser. Okay, so right here, select button pressed. Yeah, because here it expects the mouse pick to be up to date. Okay, well I guess what I can do is just create another ticking priority. Okay, that's not correct right now. I mean, or two things can create this mouse raycast. It's not a huge deal, but so I guess this would be the mouse input, select raycast, then normal input. So that's fine, and then mouse ray. Just copy that from this raycaster. Okay, now the raycaster doesn't need this main camera anymore. I can just use the mouse position. Created a new input. Oh no, it's actually in Beluga. Yeah, this should not be there. It's way too specific to be in the game logic. Okay, so now let's see. The same amount. Well, the ray is just mouse dot ray from the camera. Let's just back up a bit. There we go. So now I don't have to copy this long name into every instance. Okay, so let's make sure that still works. Oh, well, there's some errors, but yeah, that's deleted. Probably the same problem here. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna comment this out for now. No, it's set to an instance. Oh, I forgot to get the mouse, I think. Let's copy this because it will use the controller. I'll leave that in case we need to debug some more. Okay, so now, and yeah, we can see the, if you look here for the red line, that's the raycast, and it still works. Should add that just so that the raycast always shows where we're pointing. Oh, it doesn't show up at all. Oh, because yeah, the hit distance obviously is 0 because we didn't hit anything. Alright, so I need to change this to max distance. Yeah, so now we can see the black line, which is the longest that the raycast will reach. Probably change the color as well for green or whatever for enemies. Okay, so if we hit a block, let's do green, and then it'll be red for a monster. So that's some nice color coding. It'll help debug, I'm sure. So green is a tile, and then red is a monster. Alright. So now we can get back to dragging. Okay, so we still need this to track the change in the screen position, but now I'm gonna probably have to do some math to figure out how to keep one point in the world under the mouse at all times, because that's our goal. So basically we'll raycast out and it will see like one world point right here, for example. Then when we drag, we'd want to move that, or move the camera so that this specific point stays under the mouse cursor. Okay, so let's see, let's call this last mouse screen position, and then I'll have the vector 3. What do we want to call this? I guess anchor world position. Okay, so private vector, or I guess we'll just void get anchor. So all we have to do really, so we'll do what's the, this is physics recast. I guess I can copy all this here. Okay, max distance. What do I want to? I probably need this to be editable somewhere. Float max distance. pin seems fine for now. And then I know the mask I want to be just platforms. Well, I guess we want to do monsters as well. Layer mask. So I'll copy that from here. Alright, so now we have this. Alright, so if we hit something, then the anchor position equals the hit, I think hit point. Let's see if it has documentation. Yeah, so that's the impact point in world space, so that's exactly what we want. Then if we hit nothing, then the anchor world position is just the max distance. We might want to change this sometime, but... So, ray... yeah, I guess this is what we want, so max raycast distance. Okay, so now comes the fun part. We have to figure out how to keep this point. I wonder... there might be an easier way to do this. It's gonna take some math, so we might have to do a little research, but let's see. Well, I guess I can keep this because we'll need to... because yeah, the distance and the screen distance will kind of give us our speed. Actually, yeah, this gives us the distance in pixels. So what we want to do is move... we want to move the camera so that once we move the camera and we raycast again, it would give us the same anchor position. Which is definitely doable, but right now my brain is not thinking of how to do it. So let's see. Something online will give me a little hint. Move camera so that same position stays under mouse. Okay, that's not what I want. Maybe we can just look up the screen to world point and it'll give us a better idea of what it actually does. The Z position. Oh, okay. So the Z position you give... okay, so interesting. So if I was able to from ray casting here. Let's try something. It's an experiment. I guess we can use either. So vector 2. Okay, from oh, we don't have the camera though. I guess we can just get it hackily. From camera equals camera dot main dot screen to world point. So vector 2. So we have the mouse screen point X, mouse screen point Y, and then the Z is the distance from the camera. So it'd basically be this ray. Okay, so float distance. So at this point the distance is, I think, given here. Yeah, perfect. And then here the distance is max raycast distance. Okay, so now we want to print out debug log stream format. Okay, so from raycast, I mean technically they're still both kind of from raycast, but from camera, because we had to get the distance using a raycast, but alright, this is a vector 3. So anchor, world position, and from camera. So now when I click, did it not? Doesn't show, did it? Oh, because I didn't call this get anchor right here. Okay, so from raycast 159, not the same. It's a shame. For only slightly different though. I wonder if I'm doing something wrong. Distance. Let's read the rest of the documentation. Let's see near clip line. And maybe if this will help us a little bit. It'll expand the number of decimals. Oh, it actually didn't. Okay, I guess you have to do it this way. Alright, so let's see. It's still quite a bit different. This is ever any... So why does it say it's at 0? Yeah, it seems like... Because if you can kind of see that they are, like the values are just more extreme. Like if I could somehow click at 0, 0, they would almost be the same. So it seems like it's mostly just the distance that's throwing things off. Which is a bit weird, I have to say. Maybe, the position is in world units from the camera. It's a bit confusing because this, yeah, this is kind of weird because the X and Y is in screen, or like pixel units, and then this is in world units, so they should have separated the arguments, but okay, well, it's a shame that doesn't give the same, because I was hoping that we could maybe use this to tell the difference, and then we would offset the camera by that difference. I don't know if it would actually do what we wanted, but it would be a good starting point. That would almost for sure not do what we want. Okay, so I found this answer online, and it seems like people do just use screen to world point from the current mouse position, but we know that doesn't work. Maybe it would work if you were just doing a top-down game with a fixed camera. Okay, so here's another thing. Okay, so another one just does a raycast every frame and then moves the camera by the difference in the raycast. So I guess that is one way to do it. Okay, so yeah, it looks like that's what we need to do. I wonder, well, this won't really work with zooming built in. That's interesting. Alright. Let's see. Okay, the only problem... Yeah, I don't think this will work for us unless I raycast to a specific plane that's always a constant from the camera, because let's see. Take for instance, if I started here and then moved, well, if I started here and then moved like that, the depth changes a whole lot, so then the camera would like really move into the screen, which is not what we want. So there's got to be a better way than raycasting every screen. That just doesn't seem right to me. Alright, well, I've been working at this for about an hour. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it tonight because, yeah, my brain's just not up for math. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming by and putting up with me tonight. If I have time tomorrow, I'll try to research. Otherwise, maybe we can do some modeling or something, or just figure it out on camera. Hopefully I'll be feeling a little more like it. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching. You can catch any of my streams on my YouTube channel. If you missed it, the link below. And feel free to follow me to be notified when I go live tomorrow, which should be around 8 Eastern. Alright, hope to see you there. Bye-bye.